there was one thing you said in an interview that stood out to me, and it was the difference between content capital C and lowercase c. I don't know if that's a Cleo Abram original.
It is, I think.
It is? Okay, yeah, you should trademark. That's great. I thought about it a lot, and it actually helped me think through how we are going to convert some of our, I help produce some long form content into short form, and actually completely changing the way we approach it because of that. So, but can you draw the distinction and help people understand?
So I make Huge If True on YouTube. We make 15 to 20 minute long episodes. And those are really deep dive episodes. Those require a lot of research. They require a lot of prep work. They require, animations and like charts that we've compiled and things like that. The short form videos that I also make, the question becomes, how do you make 60-second videos that also deserve to be there, right? That aren't just trying to promote your other thing, but are actually meeting people where they are and are helping someone understand something interesting in the experience that they're having, which is probably scrolling through TikTok or Reels or whatever. And what I had seen, and frankly I tried, was people clipping the long form content that they had made into short form content. And I think that can work really well in a couple of cases where you're deliberately translating one to the other. Like I've seen Colin and Samir alter the scripts that they have just a little bit so that the 60-second version stands on its own. I imagine that they're having these conversations and then they are crafting the short form just a little bit. Maybe they're re-recording another line, but they are thinking about it. The thing that I was doing was just trying to clip sections of my videos after they'd been created and putting them on other short form media. That doesn't work. That is an example of, and I see a lot of people continuing to do this, of trying to repurpose the capital C content that you made. This idea that we like make an asset and then we clip it up and then you reuse it on lots of different platforms. If it's not made for that platform, and it's not, I don't mean literally like you have to make a TikTok and then you can't post it on Shorts or something. You should do that. That's great. But the format, you're not thinking about, this is a vertical video. It's 60 seconds long. Like, how would I best express this in 60 seconds, etc.
Yeah.
Repurposing the capital C content is like, maybe you'll get a hit once in a while, but that's not.
It's not a good strategy.
That's not a good strategy, in my personal opinion and in my experience. The other option is to think about this as repurposing the lowercase c content, the content in its like original use before we started using it to mean this other thing, the content of what you put together. So for me, that is the content of my videos is the research that I did and the actual information that's in that video. And maybe there's a chart that's part of the content, what's contained in my video. And so what I do is I do the kind of groundwork of doing all of this research. I think about like a brick wall. You're building the layers of bricks up from the bottom. And it's like the first layer is like you read like 8 books and then you went through all of the charts that you could find on the internet. And then you compiled those charts and like made your own that were even more clear. And then you interviewed a bunch of experts and then you like interviewed a couple on camera and et cetera. So you have this huge brick wall of research. That's the bulk of the work. Like if I put a time chart of where I spend my time, like that's 80% of the time. And then above that, there's the layer of bricks that's like creating a story specifically for YouTube, writing a script, thinking about the outline specifically for something that's 15 to 20 minutes. That's like piling bricks on top of the wall to make a YouTube video. And then I think of my TikToks as like little tiny piles on different parts of the wall, using maybe the same content and the same information, but also maybe using a fun fact that I learned while I was making this research that didn't end up making it into the YouTube video because it's not made for that. Right. So that's kind of the brick wall of your work should support all of the different little piles on top that become the actual assets. But if you try and build a pile just to be a YouTube video and then like chop it into bricks to be short form, it might work a couple times, but that's when you're lucky. It doesn't work as a strategy.